Hey y'all, welcome back for another episode of Something for the Culture. I'm Jazzy J. Tonight we got two special guests. I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Randy, you want to go ahead and start? Tell us who you are, where you're from.
As she said, my name Randy. Some in the streets know me as Ray. I'm originally from Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. Right now, I'm out here in Maryland. So yeah,
All right. Our other guest, Hocus, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
I go by the name Hocus 45th. I'm a hip hop artist from Bronx, New York, Castle Hill Projects.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, first, let me salute both of y'all kings for even taking the time out for even being on the platform tonight. So salute to y'all.
No doubt.
Let's go ahead and jump into this topic here. The topic is gang culture from the community into the industry. Who wants to go ahead and kick off it first from a standpoint of y'all lifestyle?
Well, I go first. Did you said the topic is like you kind of broke up when you said the topic is gang culture and what?
From the community to the industry, into the industry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll kick it off. I grew up in Castle Hill Projects. I was born in Harlem, raised in Harlem until like 8, 9 years old. Grew up in and moved to the Bronx, and it was a street gang in my neighborhood known as Sex Money Murder. And I gravitated towards that as a young teenager, which and it later became a blood set, and I naturally, became a blood.
Mm.
Um, so early part of my teens, in my early 20s, I was gang banging, running around, doing what gang bangers do, I guess. But I was always in the street hustling, making money. But I always my transition to the industry, I just always had an interest in music, and I started a rap group called KOC
Hmm.
at like the age of 21 with a few other my friends. And then I'm just speeding up a little bit. But then later on, I also started a bigger rap group, which is Bang Bang Boogie. That was
Hmm.
me, my son, Lil Tariq, and Cuban Link. So I always had this passion for music, even though I was in the streets gang banging. You know what I mean? So that's how I really got into the industry, just me and the love of music. And I just started networking and putting out my music, and people was feeling it. So that's my transition from the streets to the industry.
Okay, dope. Ray, you have anything to say?
just to piggyback on that, I think for the most part, if you was really pushing, then your start pretty much came from the same source. Like same thing. I'm in Crown Heights, Brooklyn at the time. I'm in Albany Project, so what I'm saying? My gravitation was just to the people around me in my neighborhood. I came home back in like '99, so I was around the first generation of homies that came to that area. And as far as like the industry, I never really got into that music stuff. You get what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
as I got older, and I came along a long way. I pretty much went into like a different industry, like the corporate industry. So I know a lot of homies gravitate to the music. That seems to be a main source of income or just fluctuation where the direction that a homie want to go in. But me, I just took that different route with putting suit and ties on and getting into that. I'm out here in Washington D.C., so I
Hmm.
mingle with the upper echelon type of crowd, like the people I'm around, millionaires on a different level, like lawyers and doctors and things like that. So I kind of like gravitated to trying to get into that professional industry where I could show other homies it's a other route than just the street route, or you know what I'm saying, the general route that we all thought we'd take when we was younger. I just found a different path with it. You know what I'm saying? And nothing
Right.
wrong with putting a suit and a tie on, but at the same time, I push my hood.
Okay. So why do y'all think that the gang culture is so attractive, especially at this day and age? Like it's so attractive to young men nowadays. Why do y'all think that is?
Wow. I don't want to say I don't know. I mean, it's like I guess because a lot of the gang bangers now is celebrities, like a lot of rappers and a lot of them is making it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the youngsters attract to it and they wanna identify with a lifestyle. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Like crime period in this country excites us. Like we go watch the fucking movies where people, you know what I'm saying, where it's crimes being committed. It's a psych. Somehow that's embedded in American culture. It's not just the gang shit, but the gang shit. To see people come from the bottom and to make it like that. I think the youngins they like that shit. You know what I mean? And so they gravitate towards it, and they think it's cool. So I don't know. That's my opinion on it.
It's pretty much the same attraction like when you're in the neighborhood and you
Mm-hmm.
coming up and you see the older cats that got the money and the cars and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. I mean,
Right.
that's a
Hmm.
live video right there. In other words, except when you put
Right.
it on camera, everybody can see it. But it's the same shit you see coming up in the hood every day, and that's what you gravitate to. That's what you want to be like. The dudes that got the money, the cars, the girls. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's the imagery that's put out there. It makes you feel like this is what you want to do. But when you actually start doing it, a lot of people got to start second guessing that because they don't know the things that come along with it. Just like in the industry, I'm pretty sure it's repercussions that come along with things dealing with the industry. I mean, it's snakes and everything in the industry, just like it is in the street. So you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. I'm not in that industry to speak on it, but I assume that it's the same. It's the same theory. It's the drug that the big homies you see in the hood. They got the money, the cars, the clothes, and everything. You're gonna gravitate to that because it look like it's fast money. That's what you want.
Yeah. I was talking to some young kids in Atlanta, right? And they Crips, and we was talking about Tupac, and they was like, "Oh, Tupac a buster and all this and that." I'm like, y'all little kids have no idea. Matter of fact, y'all shouldn't even be saying that about Tupac because Tupac Tupac did something none of y'all big homie probably did. Tupac shot two cops because he hopped out. He seen two cops beating up a black kid. That could have been any one of y'all. That could have been y'all uncle. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta, and I'm in Atlanta, and Tupac did it in Atlanta. But
Mm-hmm.
they was saying that the only reason why Tupac blew got as far as he did was because he went to LA and got with the Bloods and Crips. Like this, what these young dudes think they got to do to get on. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't believe me when I'm trying to explain to them. That's not why Tupac blew. Tupac, he was a multi-millionaire, had a fucking Me Against the World sold millions of copies way before he went to the West Coast. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But they don't understand that. So, like he said, the imagery out there is this is what you got to do to get there. When they see those people, I want to be where he's at. He got on a blue flag, a red flag. That's what I want to. I think I got to do that. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So it's not more or less about. It's how can I say it? Like when I came in, it was a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the hood started before it was a blood set. Started in my neighborhood. It was different. It wasn't glorified. Matter of fact, we didn't put it out there. We wore our flags and all that like that, but we was still like we. Right now, the way it is, it's like commercialized. It wasn't commercialized back then. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So yeah,
So,
they think that they need it to get to the next level.
well, I mean, is it kind of fair to say though the way it's kind of pushed onto the youth nowadays that no wonder why they feel like they have to fall into that category in order to be accepted? I mean, because look, you got Snoop, you got Nip, you had Tupac, you got Weezy, you got so many of people in the industry, and not only just in the industry, but walking around our community that's involved in that, making it seem as if that is the thing to do.
I mean, everybody to me, everybody you just named is a successful black man first. They're in gangs. I mean, like we gotta be honest with ourselves. First of all, gangs ain't going nowhere. It's not gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? But you got people within gangs that's not doing that's not doing crime. That's not gang banging. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wanted to only talk about the bad aspect of it, but like I said, everybody you just named is a successful black man. You know?
Very true, and you're very right about that. However, the people that I name, even though they are successful, they are pushing the agenda as if, oh, you got to shoot this, or you got to get with this many women, and this, that, and the third. So I mean,
I mean that's false. That's only that
Yeah, I
advertisement is
disagree.
only taking place on the screen. Because out here in the streets, we definitely, if you're a real homie in position, you're not pushing that on the little homies. That's not reality right there.
I
That's
agree with
just
him.
that's the perception that the public have from the outside looking in. But I could tell you, I mean, to each of its own. But you just got hoods where the homies is pushing strictly go to school, You know what I'm saying? Get a job as you can. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Positivity is definitely being pushed. It's just that imagery isn't put out there because that's not the ideal imagery of the gangbang life. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
I think
not to cut you off real quick. Let me just introduce K-Born Rivers real quick. He just joined the live stream.
Peace,
K-Born,
peace.
welcome to the panel.
Peace,
We're
bro. Peace.
discussing the benefits and well, actually the pros and cons of being in a gang. Randy, you go ahead and continue.
Nah, I mean, just like I was saying, that's just the imagery that the public perceive it as. But I know a lot of good homies that's in position who they don't push nothing negative. You get what I'm saying? And if a homie was headed in the negative field and it was just self damaging to that homie, you got some good homies that's gonna tell him some good stuff to like try to get him headstrong, but then you just got that what I like to call like the 1%. Them the homies who when they in it and that's all they about. That 1% is just strictly blood, like nothing else matter. And I mean I accept them homies too, you get what I'm saying, for what it's worth, but I just don't gravitate to that field, you get what I'm saying? Like I'm a successful individual, like you know me, Jay. Like I wear suit and ties all day. I don't really push that imagery like the average banger, but I definitely hold that position to where I'm fully active. You get what I'm saying? If you know me, so.
Let's get K-Born's opinion on it since he just joined the panel. K-Born, they're basically saying that, you know, being a blood or a crip is very commercialized right now. So that's why it's so attractive to a lot of our young kings and stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, but I think so too. It's like a fad. It's like when the Latin Kings came out. It's like when everybody got involved in all the other gangs and all the other stuff, selling crack, selling coke, and doing all the other things. It's like a little fad. It comes in and goes out. But I think at the end of the day, it really don't have no end of the beginning because you don't have no 501 plan when you in the gang. You ain't got no health insurance and none of that's coming with you when you in the gang. At the end of the day, you're gonna either end up dead or you're gonna end up in jail. You know, all gangs started out with the wrong thing. Like they had the right intentions when they started, like to stop somebody else or defend their people. But then after a while, they started seeing that they got the same power that they just took away from somebody else and start gravitating towards the negative. you know. And then right now, when you're going through, you got to figure that there's no more wars going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. So right now you got what? Homeland Security. Homeland Security, when you look at everybody that got federal charges and all that, it's a Homeland Security. Homeland Security that was after Bin Laden and after Saddam Hussein, was after Lil Rahim and Little K-Bone and after all the brothers that's on the street. So if they got the technology and the finances and all that to get them brothers, you know how it's no problem to get you. You know what I'm saying? And then also you got to figure that they had the RICO Act. The RICO Act was made for the mafia. The mafia is over. They done destroyed all the mafia. Even the biggest mafia members done told. So now they're using those resources to lock up people on the street, gang members. You know what I'm saying? The president already said that those are the new terrorists. So right now, even if you was in a gang, that ain't the thing to be popularizing or promoting now. Probably at a day and time because some people got little crews that you can't get out of in your community because the whole community is a part of it. But at the same token, they done declare war on gangs. If you look at a thing that I'll be looking at every day, it's called Gang News, and it's on Google. You will see they're taking 75, 85 people down a day. And they giving these little kids 18, 19, 20 years old, 30 years with no parole, just for being a part of the gang. So it's like a different
They
thing.
don't give you time just for being part of the game.
Yeah.
See, it's just. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. It's just two things I kind of disagree with when you say it's a fad. It's not really that it's a fad because, like I said a little earlier before you came, the gangs ain't going nowhere. They've been here. Actually, if it wouldn't have grew as this big as it would have got if it was just a fad. You know what I'm saying? Like, but and another thing is to tell somebody if you join the gang, you're going to end up dead or in jail is wrong. it's and also it's like when you they giving them 20, 30, 40 years for crimes they commit. Because even when you like, I went to trial for this. You know what I'm saying? Like I was indicted in 2008, sat up 4 years on Rikers Island. I beat my case. You know what I mean? When the judge and the judge and the DA, they instruct the jury like it's not illegal to be in the gang. It's illegal to commit
Nah,
crimes
yeah,
within
but
that gang.
nowadays it
But you
is.
got brothers like real quick, what's we can say? You got brothers like me and him that's like we not gonna turn our back on the gang because we got out of it or got out of the crime element. No, we here to look. We try to help our brothers because we see a different light. So, but I still identify with the gang though. I'm still sex, money, murder for life. But I'm not out here
Yeah.
murdering people. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show them you can represent what you represent, but that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's more the message than to just tell them like yo, because they not going nowhere. I'm telling you, honestly, you can sit here and we can preach all day to these kids. Yo, if you join the gang, this was gonna happen. This gonna happen. They ain't gonna listen to that shit. I'm telling you, bro. They not. You know what I mean?
Nah, and
They
I
want to. They want to
100%.
hear the story come from people like me and him that's made it out and being successful in it. Like that's what they need to be told. They can't be told because they stray away from it. I used to do it when I was young. Oh, this old nigga just talking shit. Like now I'm the old. Now we the older niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
And I agree, but you
yeah, if
see,
you
I
want to,
also said that you can't tell them to get out the gang because sometimes the whole community is a
right,
part of
right,
the gang. Like even when you talk about sex, money, murder, that's like a whole neighborhood. Even like a lot of people
right,
say, oh, the Mac ballers is this and that and the third, but at the end of the day, all the people from Washington Avenue, that's just a whole neighborhood. You go to
right.
183rd, 183rd, what's the word? 183rd, that's a whole neighborhood. So what you gonna get out the whole neighborhood? You can't afford to get out the whole neighborhood. So that's not the whole problem. The problem is like you just said, you gotta guide them in the right direction. If you're already in it and then you're already a part of it and you know people are part of it, then you gotta guide them in the right direction. So I agree with you with that 100%.
Right, right.
So I have a question. So you're saying it's a brotherhood, and we ultimately you can't. There's never going to be an end to the gangs, right? So, and you're trying to teach the youngins different now that you see a different light and you're older. So my point is, what was the whole point of you joining in the first place?
Because I once was that youngin. I once was that uneducated to the culture, young dude that and like how he said is a fad. It wasn't a fad because when it's right there in your neighborhood, live and direct,
Mm-hmm.
that's impossible to be a you know what I'm saying. That's impossible to be a fad. It's like I ain't do it for no other reason that the average homie did it for. I saw it for what it was worth. You get what I'm saying? What the original purpose was, and that was changing the community, and that's what I wanted to be a part of. Now, all the other stuff that came along with the territory, it wasn't because a gang or a gang leader somebody told me to do that shit. It was because that was just my nature at the time. I live in the projects. My
Right,
mom's is working two jobs, and I'm the oldest kid. She can't take care of me. I had to do something. So that was my decision that I made. The consequences that come along with that, that's the shit that I gotta take behind the decisions that I made. And nobody tell me I had to do that shit. I did it on my own. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I hear what you were saying about like indictments and everything like that. Like as bro said, like I never got swept in no indictment, but I'm out here in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, where about 70% of the niggas I know out here that already got swept up doing 30 years and L bids and shit like that because they didn't understand how to move. See, I'm from the motherhood. I'm from New York, so I knew how to maneuver and move around that shit because I'm used to it. It's just the brothers that's misinformed and uneducated about just the loopholes in this culture that get caught up, bro. I'm trying to tell you because a smart individual like me, I know this shit don't come with no K plan. You get what I'm saying? I know this shit don't have no health insurance. So
Agree.
you know what I did? I
I
went
need
out and
one
got a
minute.
job that has a
1 minute.
401k plan. And I got health benefits for me and my kids. You get what I'm saying? And I have a home, man. And I did everything as a man before blood to take care of myself.
right.
Now that I'm in a position, I could do
Respect.
the same thing for my bros or at least show them the way and the guidance. And that's what was missing back in the day because there wasn't too many homies doing it that way. Everybody was trying to take the fast route. But I think after all these indictments and everything done hit and the reality done set in, it's
Mm-hmm.
transitioning. Like I said, the imagery that y'all have from a public point of view is a big difference from what's going on on the inside. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference.
Now, also, I'm from the same hood as Hocus. I grew up around Castle Hill, Stevenson, projects, all of that. And that's heavily gang populated over there, all the way down to Soundview Ave. My thing is, what y'all talk about that y'all got into it because y'all wanted to help the community or your neighborhood. But what have y'all accomplished?
Let me say one thing, please. Like a lot of times, the majority of the people may be doing negative, but then there's some people that do positive.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And try to add on to it. But then, it's like if you go tell 10 people to come outside right now and go to you with a fight, they're going to be there in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
But if you tell 10 people to come to a job interview tomorrow, 9 of them got excuses.
Yep.
So sometimes, you start off in a positive, like, you want to rid of somebody that's doing the negative, but then when there's so much power and there's so much things in your hand, a lot of times people don't know how to react to that. And then, I can't speak for everybody. And then the next thing you know, you end up doing the same thing that the other person was doing to an extent.
Mhm. I wanted
And
to
when we
go.
say
You become
positive,
the oppressor.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want you to answer.
Yeah, you become the oppressor.
When we say you said like what did we accomplish as positive? Like he said, we do start off with a positive mind state. But it's more so for us though. It's like we want to build each other up, brotherly love. You know what I mean? Override oppression. Like we trying to build each other up because we rebellious. Like he said, like I grew up. I got 7 brothers, 3 sisters. My father
Hey,
died.
yo,
You know what I'm saying? So I felt
yo,
like I had to hit the streets in order to feed myself. My mother couldn't feed 11 kids. You know what I'm trying to say? So I gravitated toward the streets, me and my brothers, and we joined the gang. And we were trying to, what we were trying to accomplish is brotherhood. And but at the same time, we rebellious because we young black men. Let's not act like we not young black men. Like this shit just started happening today, being targeted. Like all the shit niggas getting beat down there. Like we used to get hemmed up on the corner by police, thrown against the wall, digging in our asses. Like let's not act like this shit just happened today in our own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just being publicized today because it's on camera.
Right.
But we been like what I mean. We've been being like all this shit is we it's designed for us to fail. Let's not act like that neither. So when we tried to come together and you're like, you know what, we against the oppressors. Our oppressors is the crackers. Let's keep it real. It's the people that was the police, the system. You know what I mean? So in the public eye, look like, oh, they over there, they against society because we was. Like, what's the difference between us and what Malcolm said? By any means necessary. What we did is we gravitated towards crime because crime, they say crime didn't pay, but that shit was paying the bills. You know what I mean? For years, when my mother couldn't feed 10 kids by herself with a food stamp check. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell somebody that's under that, like that. For you, if you're not under those type of experiences, you're not going through that. It's hard to tell somebody, you can't, that's not the right way. That's not the right path. It's hard to tell somebody with 7 brothers and 3 sisters that that's not the right path and you ain't got no food to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I hear
Yo,
what
I
you.
think that, a lot of the times we focus on saying what the police do and all that, but at the end of the day, we are worst enemies.
I was just
Because if
about
you
to say
walk
that.
through a community right now and I seen 5 white people on the side of the street, and then you seen 5 black people on the side of the street, 9 out of 10 times, a person gonna walk on the side of the street where the white people at.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They may walk on the side because they feel more threatened by their own kind than they.
Oh, we lost him.
I mean, that's their insecurity. I don't feel threatened by my own kind and walk on the other side of the street. I don't.
Whole
I
question.
walk this world fearless, man. I walk
I
this
mean,
world fearless. Like
y'all might not, but to piggyback off what he kind of said, we are our own worst enemy. I do agree with him on that aspect because if you look at it, oh, we lost him too. If you look at it, y'all killing each other. Y'all are killing y'all own brothers that y'all called y'all that y'all made this whole brotherhood about, so called.
See, but just to keep it a buck, like it ain't really that much killing gang killing going on like that though. You know what I'm saying? That's just another perception to the public that this is what we do. Like we wake up in the morning and say, yeah, let me grab my junk and go out and look for somebody to kill. Like when I wake up in the morning, when I push out in the morning,
Hmm.
I don't, like I said, I don't wake up and go out like I'm going out to hurt the next brother. Where I go out Do I go prepared for if an individual going to try to do something to me? Yeah, only because I know of my ties and just my political structure to the streets. But like I said, that's probably just another perception of the public that we all wake up and just think about automatically. I'm going out to hurt the next dude. Like, especially me, I got a lot. I got crip homeboys. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
real men that I vibe with, and I vibe with them because they men, not because of what they represent or what they're a part of. And it's the same thing with me. So it could be a mutual understanding, and if an individual could do that, that should at least show the ones who's unaware that there is some type of change going on to where individuals could be around each other that and there's
Uh-huh.
no violence and there's no issues or anything like that. It's actually a whole lot of unification going on nowadays from the inside. But like I said, it's on the inside because it's supposed to be on the inside. And then the perception that the public have, you entitled to your opinion, but most of the time the public is wrong. They
The
don't
public
really know
only seeing what the
what's
media is giving them, though. That's all they seeing. And they want to judge. That's not like who
Now,
like. Yeah, I'm sorry.
now, I was saying, now, what about the ones that, okay, well, maybe let me put it like this. I'll speak on a personal note. On a personal note, I have seen both sides. I have dealt with many of y'all since I've been growing up, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Now that I am older, I see that, okay, well, maybe those wasn't the best decisions back then. So I see both sides to what Donnie's saying and what y'all saying. My question is it fair to say that maybe y'all was searching for something at that time and y'all was trying to fulfill a void, and this is why y'all maybe got into this so-called brotherhood?
I mean,
Well, I can say one
I
thing.
was
Let me say one thing.
definitely
I can
searching
say
for
that.
something,
Yeah,
but
let the boss speak.
I wasn't searching for acceptance from nobody. I was searching for a way out of this situation that I was in. Like I said, when I'm hungry and my moms can't feed me and I don't got no bread, it ain't that. I went to them for that. It's just that was the accessibility in my hood. I'm from Albany. My whole hood was blooded out. Like the surrounding areas was blooded out. So this is
Hmm.
just it was just a natural attraction, you might want to say. You get what I'm saying? I couldn't see it going any other way. You know how you got some people who say I'm blood because I grew up in the blood neighborhood, but if I
Hmm.
grew up in a Crip neighborhood, I would have been Crip. I mean, I
Hmm.
think that saying's gonna go for a lot of motherfuckers. They might not say it because they so embedded and been what they a part of, but if you came from that neighborhood, you was a part of what was from that neighborhood. That's just plain and simple and no other way to say it or around it.
Well, I'm
Pretty
from the
Right.
much.
Bronx, and I'm from the Bronx, and I was born and raised in New York City. And when I came up, we ain't had no pressure of being under no gangs or having to get the gangs. They had Zulu Nation, they had the Black Spades and all that. Brothers was recruiting whatever they was recruiting, but there wasn't no force or nobody put no force on nobody. So majority of the people that was in the Bronx wasn't in the gang. Now, as it's coming up, you got the youngers that's more enticing by seeing like the videos and seeing what's going on, and they more like a lot of them. Majority of them is not in the gang, but they in the gang. You know what I'm saying? Like they in the gang, but they not really. If you
So,
came over here and checked them, they shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
but
But
but bro, you
apart
talking
from that,
about
saying
Zulu
so like
Nation?
like
You
like
talking Zulu
like
Nation
basically you
days
got
though?
a lot like
It's a different day and age.
yeah, you got like a lot of little crews and like that's how we grew up. We grew up with crews. Like we from around the same way. Me, you, and three other brothers hustle. We the such crew. A brother from this building, they the 14, 20 boys. A boys
Hmm.
dudes on the nine, they the nine crew. So you know what I'm saying? Shit was like more local and not spread it out as it is like today.
I mean,
When I
I
grew up.
actually accepted though, me getting older and just seeing how the whole new generation is moving. I mean,
Hmm.
it's their time, not for nothing. You get what I'm saying? I'm 35, so my time is winding down with playing in these streets. Like I said, my
Yeah,
mental been
I'm
switched
51.
over to this man shit, and I'm more focused on trying to purchase this house so I can pass down to my
Yeah,
kids and shit. Like I'm on a whole nother wave with this shit. I don't got time to be running and gunning in the streets, but I'm committed, and I've been committed since '99. And if it came down to it, and I had to,
Yeah.
anybody that's associated with me know I sacrifice it all. And I know somebody be like, "That's stupid. You work so hard. Why would you give it all up?" Because I'm just true to it. Like this is what I've been since I was a teenager.
So when I
Like
used to go to Albany back in the days, we used to call it a law born. It was all the guards up there. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
facts.
We had
Everything
all the
subject to
guards was up
change,
there.
though, bro. It's a new
Yeah,
era.
law born.
That's what he's saying.
First
Basically, you gotta
guards was up
respect
in
the
Albany.
era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they had the Orange Street, so they had their little crew out there. That's what, I remember them up there. You know what I'm saying? But now, like you said, like I'm 51 years old. The guard 35, so things done changed.
Things
So,
changed a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I know Randy has children, and so does K-Born. Hocus, do you have children as well or no?
I got 4
I
kids.
got 5.
Okay, so my next question is this: with all of y'all on the panel having children, what if one of y'all children came to y'all, look, I want to go ahead and following your footsteps, Dad. I want to do what you did when you were younger. What would be your answer?
You can't
I'm
do
dead
what
now.
I did when I was young
Thank you.
because time was different when I was young.
But
Yeah,
what
I
would,
try to
exactly.
school him to what the fuck his consequences gonna
Exactly.
be in today's time and age. But at the same time, I ain't gonna penalize my child or make it seem like I turned out okay. So I ain't even about to sit here and perp you like I turned out okay.
Yeah, I'm
My
My
son,
blessed. My
punishment.
I
kids
got
got
an
like
oldest
college
son, man.
degrees and stuff like that. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? My kids
Yeah.
got college
hold
degrees,
on, I want to hear
but
what Hocus,
and
because
even dealing with the God up here, you know what I'm saying? God, and even with the sex, money, murder, that's a long time ago. And it's still going on now. Me and X used to go to school together. That was my best friend in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third. That's what used to be in the same class every year. You know what I'm saying? We was in the
Mm-hmm.
same class every single year. So. But at the same token, you got good brothers, you got bad brothers, and that go with every gang, that go with every organization. When our grandmother went to church and all that, they had their little gang. That was a gang. They went to church. They played bingo. They did their thing. You had some of them talking about Sister Mary did this, and Brother Charles did that. But then you had some of them going good, and that's gonna be in everything.
Hocus, what were you saying?
I just want to say real quick. No, I was going to say I got a 17-year-old, right? My son is he's 6'1", 17 years old, taller than me, look just like me and all that. He's a good kid. Like it's like the bro was saying. Like we different. Like we leaders. We real big homies. Like I got a lot of people who follow behind me. Like literally, they know what I'm saying. Like a lot of people that's under me, and I'm not. So you can't force nothing. You know what I'm saying? All we can try to do is teach and lead. You know what I mean? So my son actually was at my trial and my daughter when I got acquitted, not guilty. He seen what I went through. You know what I'm saying? So and he seen my change. And my son tells me like, Dad, I'm proud of you. Like, that means a lot to me. Now,
Yeah, it do, man.
he not following my past. He for some reason he's following what I'm doing now, the good that I'm doing, the change that I'm making with my life. And he don't see that for himself. Now, but if he did, that's just something that I guess I will handle when the time comes. But I guess that's the people that question will be for somebody who's still out there, what I mean, gang banging, busting their gun, doing whatever they got to do to survive. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm out here showing something different, and by me showing something different, I feel like that's what my son is doing. You know what I mean? Chose the path that he chose. You know what I mean? Maybe if I was still in the streets like that, running crazy, then maybe he would have did that also. So I just say that to say we gotta lead by example, and me and the homie is doing that. So when y'all like, and when we still identifying with the gang, so I think that before anybody go shun the gang, like, yo, why don't I don't see nobody really trying to come to the gang leaders, niggas like us, and be like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. Like, you know what I mean? They just, oh, go fuck the gang. These little niggas is dumb, and it ain't no order. It ain't I hear, nah, man. Don't. That was once me. I can't do that to them. You know what I'm saying? I can't just put the middle finger and say, yo, fuck these little niggas is dumb. Yo, you know what I'm saying? That was once me. I was once that little round nigga. I just escaped with my life. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I could tell you like this out here in Maryland.
Mhm.
We got different hoods out here too, and everybody operate differently and shit. But I know over here in this hood, uh, we do our community functions like we supposed to. Thanksgiving, we go to the shelters, we feed homeless, we give out Christmas time, we give out the toys to the kids and shit like that. You know, we try to get involved with the community in a positive aspect, and we really doing this not to try to like coach the community into believing like the game is whatever other perception that they have. We do it because we know this is what the fuck we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and then like we doing it for the image of it or anything. We do it because this is what we supposed to be doing. So like you really got homies out there, like I said, that's pushing positive vibes and shit. But the negativity gonna come with the game, like it's gonna come with anything else. You get what I'm saying? Like just whether you in the gang or not, you still gonna have to deal with some shit out here in the streets in the community. I mean, I ain't gonna just say it's cause we black. I'm gonna just say cause that's the way it is out here. You get what I'm saying? Like people overlooking the fact, and then they keep looking at the gangs and then looking at the individual. You get what I'm saying? But that's why I like out here where I'm at because people actually respect me for the individual that I am before they respect me for my gang affiliation. Because if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't even know I was a part of the gang. I don't even carry myself like that. I speak very intelligently, and I don't do none of that shit that demoralize us as a black man. We got enough pending against us as it is. So you ain't gonna hear me saying bups and bars and replacing letters and all that. Any of that shit that's gonna put the imagery out there that we illiterate. I don't do none of that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not with none of that on jack bullshit.
So, quick question, you guys. This whole 6ix9ine situation, being that y'all saying that this is a brotherhood and this is what it was initially built off of, what's your opinion about the whole situation? I'm gonna start with Hocus.
I mean, you got anything you do. I don't give a fuck what it is. Even if we could even go to the police force, you got snakes, rats, people who just selfish people who don't give a fuck about nobody, but they sells in everything. Anyway, you do niggas. He wasn't the first nigga that Clinton blood that's told. Niggas told on me. Niggas sat on the stand pointing me out. You know what I'm saying? Like my opinion on that situation is, I just think that he was never built. He used the game. Everybody saying niggas used him. He used the game to get to where he needed to get to start him. That he was a smart kid. He was not a dumb. Everybody that I know that spoke to him said he spoke kind of intelligently when he spoke to him and very calm. The nigga was a kind of a mastermind. And he was not a. Let me stop saying kid. He was not a kid. He was a grown ass man. Because he was not a baby. You know what I mean? I was fucking 15, 16 in the street. By the time I was 21, I was on my own, had my own car, drink, whatever you call it. Pistol Pete went to jail at 21 for the rest of his life. He doing life plus 45 years in prison. Ain't nobody saying, oh, Pistol Pete was a kid when he went to jail. Can y'all free him? Right. No. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I don't hear nobody feeling bad, sorry for 6ix9ine like the homies used him. That nigga used the game. And not to say that they didn't do some each other. Silly shit. Yeah. They use each other. They use each other. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not the nigga to jump on the side of 6ix9ine like he's like you know what I'm saying? Like he was just the pawn. No, I really think that a lot of people came at me. I feel like we the 1%, bro, because a lot of people came at me, was jumping down my throat about this. Like, oh, but they fucked his baby mom. They did so much demoralizing things. That doesn't take away. That's not supposed to take away your integrity, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not supposed to take away your morals. Because niggas, your man fucks your baby moms. You go, all right, niggas lit. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But
yeah, Nicky Barnes used that as a crutch too. Nicky Barnes told on everybody because he said they was fucking his baby moms too.
Thank you, bro. It's an excuse. Don't give these niggas no excuse. Don't
excuse. Yeah, that been going down. That been used as a crutch for years and decades.
Man. Don't give these niggas no excuse.
It ain't right, but that been used as a crutch from way back in days.
Randy, what's your take on it?
I mean, I'll be delicate about my answer only because a couple of them dudes in that situation I actually knew and grew up with personally and shit. But I would say this, and I'm not saying this in the defense of, the good man, but what I would say is like, I can't knock them. I agree with both of y'all. They both was using each other, but I can't knock the homie. Or I'm gonna just say two homies in particular without using no names. No, I can't knock them homies because just like anybody else that's in our position, you feel me, Hocus? And I say our position, I mean when we get into this shit, like it's no map, it's no road map, it's no strategy plan and nothing like that. you just cross a barrier of color, and then you still got to find a way. So I can't knock them bros for trying to get an opportunity. You get what I'm saying? They saw an
Right.
opportunity and they went for it. I just feel like the way they went about it was the wrong way. But I think they made a classic mistake that anybody could have made. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And they didn't remove themselves from the element fast enough to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like they hung around the element too long. When you reach a certain level in this shit, you supposed to move on. You get what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
supposed to help from afar. And it's sorry to say that, but it's like how I said earlier, everybody mental ain't on the same page. So you either gonna get smart and move smart, or you gonna try to stay with the in crowd and you're gonna go down. And that's just what happened. Like I can't get
You
mad
know,
at them because they tried it. They definitely
and
tried
like
it,
me,
but they
I
just
was
ain't do it
born.
the right
I
way.
was raised on 170, raised on 183rd. So I was right there when Mac and them was out there start what they was starting. I was on the 9, so I'm right there when the Max was out there doing what they was doing. But like I said, me and X and them went to school and all that with Pistol Pete and all them. So you know, but I ain't never got involved with what them brothers was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I always was the guard. You know what I'm saying? So since young, I always was the guard. So I always was building. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got into what I got into and got locked up 77 times and went through my trial and tribulations, I kept that affiliation. You know, those was my peoples, and I love them to death, and we loved each other to death. But you know, they had what they was doing, and I had what I was doing, and we just always kept it like that. We always respected each other on that level. You know what I'm saying?
So, what do y'all say to the outsiders, meaning people that is not associated with the Bloods or Crips or whatever you're affiliated with, that say, "Oh, a lot of y'all young men join these things because y'all either weak-minded or y'all lost souls or searching for whatever the case may be." What do y'all say to that?
I would
Let me
say
say
that's
one thing, and then y'all brothers could take it. Let me say one thing, and then y'all brothers could take it, because y'all get more in depth to that. First of all, like 70% of the people that you see that the police lock up, that go to the federal jail and all that, they not got nothing to do with gangs.
Mm-hmm.
They just hung out with one or two gang members. So to make the case a little bigger, the police be like, "Oh yeah, they are a subset of the Bloods or the Crip or the Lion King or the whatever, whatever." Or they was but you know that's like when the mafia had it. Then you had the real mob, and then you had brothers that was associates of the mob or was a friend of a friend or a friend of another friend. A lot of that just get mixed up into their blood, their
Mm-hmm.
Crip, their this. But then, like I said, like two of these brothers will come through and ask them brothers something, and them brothers don't know nothing about what they speaking about. So a lot of association through just hanging out with people is getting put on a lot of things too. So a lot of the gang members that they saying is gang members is not really gang members, you know.
Okay.
So the numbers go up when you could do that. Anybody you snatch up, say, "Oh yeah, I seen him hang out with two Bloods. I seen him hang out with two Crips." Or 80 of them is Bloods, or 80 of them is Crips, and then put whatever crime or whatever they put associate with them, and them brothers ain't got nothing to do with that.
I mean, that's just guilty by association, though, because you could be
Yeah,
hanging
guilty
out with
by
two bloods
association,
and a local
basically.
nigga could see you and later on run down on you like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're just guilty by association. Then what happens is later on, that individual now goes on to become a blood because he just got pounced out by two locs for being seen hanging with the blood. Guilty by association and no different from the police. You get what I'm saying? They try to put that bid on you, whatever the case may be. But like I said, individual like me, I was taught and I was fully aware. Like I said, when I came into the situation, I was fully aware of what I was doing and the consequences that came behind it. I think you gotta be willing to accept all that before you even jump over that broomstick. You get what I'm saying? If not, I'm street. I'm street. I'm third street, by the way. You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying? We got our slogan. If you can't hang in the street, stay on the sidewalk. And I live by that, bro. I tell who I just told somebody the other day. I said, man, I think they forget that this suit and tie. They forget it more ways than one that I dress to impress. Cause you get what I'm saying. I'm just getting older, and I could just feel my mental switching over, and then I could always reflect back and think about to how I was when I was younger and when I was in the projects, and yeah, I'm not proud of a lot of shit that I did, but that was just survival. Just like nowadays, it's still survival. If I was to lose everything that I have now, and I had to start all over from scratch. and I didn't have no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
gonna do it the same way I did it before, and I'm gonna just build my survival, bro. That's all it is. I'm an individual. I'm a blood, but I'm a man first, and I'm an individual and that's what a person gonna respect me for first and foremost before they even put a title on me. That's period. That's how I'm gonna enforce it, and then I get into the politics of being Damu after that, cause blood don't make me. I make the set. Believe that.
Right.
Hocus, what do you have to say?
Well, to answer your question, I wouldn't say that me or when I was coming up, choices I made or anybody. I don't know why anybody else decided to join the gang, but I don't feel like I was a lost cause. My father died when I was 12. You know what I mean? Like I said, I left behind a lot of boys. Even though I had family, the family had the structure was kind of gone. So, we needed to survive, like the bro said. So we hit the streets. The older ones, we hit the streets, of course, first, like, yo, take the load off my moms. You know what I'm saying? So when we out there, we hitting them streets. Those became our brothers. It became a brotherhood, and we out here surviving together. So when it's like, why not? It's like, why not join the gang when I'm already with these brothers and we already tied them? Let's make it the bond tighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our shit is it's kind of coined like shaped like the mafia, if you want to say, in a sense where we have a structure. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But even though not totally like the mafia, but just there's some structure there, if whether people want to understand or believe it or not. And there's some order there. Right now, it's a lot of chaos, but there was once a lot of order there, where you respected the big homies in a certain way, and this is what you had to do. I grew. I really have, like, I really feel like I'm a rebellious soul. Like, I'm a rebel, man. Like, and I still feel like that. Like, I'm a Tupac baby. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's like, for me to hit those streets, it was, all right. This is what I'm gonna do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go against the system that corrupted my people. That's how I felt. Now, but I didn't know. I wasn't taught a better way. So now I know. I educated myself. You know what I'm saying? And now I know. Now
Hey,
I could be
hey,
a living
peace.
example for the younger homies. The younger homies didn't have me. They didn't have Randy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have that. So we just trying to be a better example for our little bros.
And
Okay.
I tell you this just to piggyback off the back of that. For every one bad homie that you might think you know, I promise you, it's like five good ones. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, I
Right,
agree
Like
with
like
that.
like and like
I
I
agree.
and like I said, I don't me just like a lot of other homies. I'm 100% sure they don't wake up in the morning and go out the door and say, yeah, let me find the next nigga I'm about to hurt or do something to. Niggas is going out that door trying to find some more money to get out of these financial problems. Cause this is shit that just comes along with growing up. See, the youngins, they got time to do that bullshit, cause that shit ain't hit them yet. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like I said, when you
Right,
grow up, you
right.
got kids and responsibilities and bills and the house and notes and shit like that. Your mind frame switch up, cause you might could rob this month, but you can't do this shit 12 months in a row and call that a year. You get what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. You gonna a real right gonna smarten up. That's all I
Mhm.
got to say about that. A
Right.
real right gonna smarten up, and they
That's
gonna
right.
realize that tough shit is out the window.
So basically, based on what both of y'all kings are saying, y'all really know different than the Black Panthers and Zulu nations. If you really want to be
I
real
mean,
about it.
we kind of stem from that. You know what I'm saying? Like the first, like the God is saying, like a lot of the first homies was God bodies. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like a lot of that's why New York homies is kind of different from
Mhm.
any West Coast. A lot of New York homies was intellectuals. Like, niggas wasn't no dumb niggas. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah, we kind of stem from that.
Okay. So what is y'all goals now as this brotherhood? What are y'all trying to do now with where y'all are in life now, and whatever set you're in? Randy, the same question for you as well.
Well, what I'm trying,
Shit.
I honestly, like he said earlier, man, like, I just bought a house. I mean, I'm doing a lot of positive things. I was just on Netflix. I got a lot going on if you're watching me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm getting into movies. I'm taking my career somewhere else. I'm always with my family. I'm a great father. You know what I mean? Both of my baby moms will tell you that, whether they hate me or not. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be
you
I
can't
post a
take
lot.
that away.
You know what I'm saying? I post a lot of my private stuff because I want to be a living, leading example. From not just for the homies, for my kids, but for my homies too. So I'm not gonna go to I'm not gonna see we active but kind of inactive because I'm not gonna go to a powwow where I know it's politics and it's about something that I'm not involved in. And niggas respect that because like he said, when you the real rights when you reach a certain level, niggas already expect that. Like I don't have to put in no work, and nobody like certain niggas you know, and nobody can't say nothing. You know what I mean? After what I overcame, niggas that don't happen. A sex, money, murder indictment and nigga beat it and went to trial. That doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So niggas
And they ain't
respect
telling on
that
nobody.
and ain't telling nobody. You know what I mean? So niggas is just like niggas tilt their hat. We see him doing positive. Let him keep doing that. Matter of fact, Hope, homies hit me up all the time. Hope, man, I want to change my diet. And I'm a vegan, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So homies hit me all the time. Yo, Hope, I want to help me change my diet. Hope, I love what you're doing. Hope, you really putting on for the homies. That's how big homies supposed to move. And that, you know, that's true for me. I feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I love it because I know that I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody tell me. Of course, you got haters. You know what I mean? Everywhere, and that don't like the they don't like the quote unquote status. Not saying I'm claiming any status. I'm just saying like the status the people give you. Like they look at you and all people don't like that. People in your own gang ain't gonna like that. You know what I mean? People in gangs clash all the time. But when you got a lot of homies that's just like, yo, you doing the right thing. I love what you're doing. That's my goal. To just keep doing what I'm doing. The goal is not to put the gang together. Let's take over the world. That's not the mission, man. The mission is to uplift all our people. You know what I mean? But I want to start with my people first.
Well, before you answer, Randy, I just want to say this real quick. There was a situation, I'm not sure if the other two of y'all gentlemen know this, but there was a situation a little whiles back where there was a chain stolen or some sort of that matter. Jay Prince was involved, and this brother over here, Hocus, was the main person in that situation that kind of died it down and brought everything back into perspective. I just have a question for you. How did you become that link in that situation where you killed a lot of bad blood that was getting ready to happen?
You know, it's kind of like when you. How can I say it? What's they say? I think it's in the Bible. To great response. A lot of power comes with great responsibility. One of them shits. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like when you powerful, it comes with great responsibilities. Basically, what I'm
yeah,
trying
it
to say.
do.
So it's like it was kind of. I was just kind of put into that situation. He tagged me in it, which is like okay. You know what I mean? I'm like the least popular person on that whole list. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, but he still tagged me in it. I'm big enough to be on the list, but I'm like the least popular, and I'm the only one really with the capability to get the chain back because I'm really the only one that's kind of still in the streets, but not in the streets. You understand? So, make a long story short, if the chain didn't want to go back, them little niggas, like, you know, it ain't like I deboed the chain to get it back. If they didn't want to give it back, it wouldn't have went back. They were just some level-headed dudes who understood that this could be bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? If like, let's really look at the picture here. Long story short, they listened. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they agreed. They're like, you know what? You're right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Here you go. You know what I'm saying? So I got the chain back. You know what
Well,
I'm
Yeah,
so
he
saying?
dropped some
where are you
signs
on
at the right time. The signs made some sense.
that?
You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
And what makes
it's just
sense
like
makes sense, you know?
I feel like if it wasn't me, it would have never came because you know other dudes would have been like, man, ignorant, fuck that, fuck that. Man, people would have told me already, we ain't giving this shit back. Yo, why you giving? Yo, people mad I did that. I'm like, yo, my nigga, like y'all did because first of all, it wasn't just that simple. First of all, I responded to Jay Prince and
Hmm.
niggas ain't like and they didn't like that in Houston. Like I had a whole
No.
fucking city, whole state, you know what I mean, on my back. Like
No.
I'm like, all right, whatever. At first, I'm poking my chest out, but then every rapper in this industry calling my phone, like, yo, bro, you think you get it back? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can, but I said, you know what? The old Hocus would have did some other shit. The new Hocus was put in this position to do the right thing. That's
That's
how I
right,
look at it.
man.
God put me there to do the right thing. You know what I mean? I
You
guess.
Hmm.
carried it the right way because you got it back and everything came out the right way. Nobody got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Thank
Right.
Allah.
And
You know what I'm
now me
saying? You
and Jay
carried
Prince
it the
got a
right way.
great
And sometimes
relationship.
that's
You
what you
know what
got
I
to
mean?
do. It's called elevation.
I formed an alliance with a powerful person. This
Hmm.
man is. I went out there to Houston. His house. His man. He got 1,000 acres of land. Do you even understand how big that is? That a
Hmm.
1,000 acres, my nigga. He got a big ass mansion. Invited me to his home, and we cool now. You know what I'm saying? So like that chain brought rather than look at it as some niggas gave the chains back. Why y'all don't look at it like it brought black people together? You know what I mean?
That's right.
It brought two
And build
different
a
strengths
bridge.
together. It built the bridge. You know
Yeah,
what I
Yeah.
mean? And then yeah, man. So I think I did the right thing.
I
I
think
think you did the
so too.
right thing, brother. You know what I'm
So
saying? Because at the
you
end of the
want
day, how
that?
much is a chain? How much is a chain? You know what I'm saying? A chain ain't nothing. Anybody can get a chain. But
Nothing. That
after
ain't
you
worth
did
nobody
that,
life.
the
Correct.
connections that y'all brought and the network working that y'all could do, that shit could add up to a million chains. You know what I'm saying?
And we networking. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Yeah,
And we networking now. So
yeah. That's how that go, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I had to stick my neck out there on a bunch of occasions, you know what I'm saying? And,
right.
and still
You know how
do it
that go.
daily. But
That,
sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's worth it to step out there because you see the bigger picture. And a lot
Yep.
of people, they don't see the bigger picture, but as like you said, it wouldn't have probably happened if somebody else would have went. Because they'd have went about it the wrong way. But being that
mm-hmm.
you know how to build with the people out there, because you're still out there, you could bring that bridge and bring that connection, and that's cool right there, and that's positive right there, bro.
No
Right.
And
doubt,
that's
bro.
what
Good
we got to
looking.
do, man. We got to add on and try to bring the youngins into the level where they could get out what they doing, because you can't beat Homeland Security, and you cannot beat a racketeering charge, and that's what they keep on bringing that right now. The little kids that's on the street that's getting $600-700 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
John
that shit is
Gotti,
ridiculous.
John Gotti beat 3 trials.
Oh, we lost
Oh, we
him.
lost him.
Well, Randy, while we're waiting for him to come back shortly, you want to go ahead and answer the question. What the question was, what do you plan to do with the position that you're in now, with age and just the growth that you have transcended to from this point?
I mean, shit, pretty much. I would say my future plans the same as my past plans. Just keep my bros out the way. That's what I do. I spend a lot of time just trying to keep my bros out the way. You know what I'm saying? Under the radar. It's a lot, like bro says, a lot of hectic shit going on right now. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's best if all that group activity, all that extra shit, that shit's out the window. You get what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
Out the
work,
window.
work, get a job. If you under a certain age limit, then go to school, but just stay out the way. Stay free. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
like I don't give orders. I could just give advice. You get what I'm saying? It's up to them if they gonna take it or not. You get what I'm saying? So then just to bring this up real quick, then you got the situation to where, let's just say, you got an individual like me or bro, and we like telling the little bros, we like, don't move like this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? These is the consequences when you do certain shit like that. Then the bros side, like, they want to do it anyway, cause they super
Mm-hmm.
blood, they want to bang or whatever. Then when they get jammed up, they double back and they like, yeah, big bro, I need you to, you and the gang, I need y'all to get me up out of this jam, get me up out of here, put that money up and shit like that. Now, I am an individual. I always come through for my bros. Any of my bros get locked up, they know I'm putting that bail money up instantly. But it's a big difference when you try to tell an individual not to do something and they do it anyway, and then they look for you to bail them out that situation. I think we got a lot of that going on as well, where it's like, you put yourself in a situation that you can't get yourself out of, then you want to hold your gang responsible for not coming through for you and bailing you out and doing all that shit. Then you got the next homie that's gonna be like, well, we ain't tell you to do that shit, bro, because we didn't tell you to do that shit. You get what I'm
True.
saying? We told you to do some positive shit and go this route with it. You went the negative route, so now you gotta face some negative consequences. I think
That's right.
sometimes it be them individuals that end up, telling and snitching and doing that wild shit because they feel like the gang wasn't there for them. But whole time, as a
You
man, you
wasn't for
put
them.
yourself in that
Yeah.
position, bro. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of distortion with the expectancy of what you supposed to get out of a gang opposed to what you putting into it. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, only the smart ones is the double R ones that's gonna realize you ain't when you come into this game. And this is probably what I'm gonna end my statements on. When you come into this game, your expectancy level should be zero because you only gonna get out what the fuck you put in.
Word
Period.
out.
That's right.
I agree with that.
Can't
I
argue with
agree with that 100%.
Hocus, you said earlier in the discussion that none of the leaders, while black leaders, have ever reached out to any of y'all leaders or uppers. Um, K-Born Rivers has a nonprofit organization. He does a lot of great things in the Bronx. Do y'all see each other working with one another to do greater in the community?
Hell yeah, I'm always for that. Always, you
and
know what I
vice
mean?
versa.
Yeah, I'm a call away. I mean, obviously, you know, I did this. You know what I mean? You hit me up. I'm like, let's go,
Hmm.
because you know what I mean? I know what's happening. I'm not at the same time. You know, somebody watching this is gonna be like, oh, these niggas just defending the game because they in the game. At the same time, I'm not oblivious and dumb to what's going on, and our brothers out here killing each other in these streets. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I just try to give a different perspective. Like, yo, y'all, like y'all just shunning everybody that's in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's y'all just attacking it. That's not gonna work. Y'all not gonna change nothing by just keep attacking the game. We gotta. These are people at the same. These are people. You know what I mean? We gotta talk to them. Like, we don't know their issues. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know where they're hurting at. I know where the fuck I was hurting at when I was young. You know what I mean? I can identify.
Vice versa.
You
Right.
know what I'm trying to say?
And it's
That
hard for people
that
to identify where they
that's
was
like
hurting at.
everybody want to see
Right.
gangs disband, but if every gang member was disband tomorrow, what program do y'all got for these individuals? What
And that's
reformation
where I
of
come
all
in
the
at, bro. I
years?
got the programs.
Say that
That's
again.
where I come in at. I got the programs. I got the programs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To put the kids in. I got a joint called Never Be Caged, where we take the college kids from the universities and they teach the kids that's in the junior high schools. So by the time they get to the high schools, we got to take them elite testers and all that shit. They're already ready. You know what I'm saying? And then I got the
Well, that's a
Iron
start.
community too. So we got to
Re-
build.
Respect, King, but what I'm saying is, do you really understand the magnitude of the numbers of gang members that's in that
Yeah,
city alone? That
yeah, but we got to start somewhere. If
Yeah.
we could get
that's
one or
true.
two, especially like the brother said, you can go to the leaders, then they could guide. You know what I'm saying? Other than them, because you got a bunch of people following you. I got a bunch of people following me. He got a bunch of people following him, and we can introduce it at least
Right.
to the people and let them, then they can pick and choose if they want to be a part of it or not.
I mean, look at you, Randy. Okay, I know Randy personally. When I met Randy, Randy was not giving a fuck about nothing, or he was all gang talk, all of that. And fast forward to now, totally different person.
That's
He
right.
still talks about it. He's still true to it, but you could definitely see the growth in him as a man, as a king, as a father now. So I mean, he's definitely did a complete 180, and I see where now that he tries to talk to the youth and people that maybe don't make the best decisions. So I mean, my thing about doing this whole episode with you fellas was I wanted people to see that all gang members are not alike. I wanted to see that there's a lot of good people that have joined these organizations or crews, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, Hocus joined. Maybe it was because his father had passed away and he was hurt. You probably joined because your past, your brother, and who knows? Whatever y'all joined for. The point is that everybody has a story attached to them,
That's
and
right.
maybe y'all needed this at that point in time to probably bring y'all to where y'all are now. So with that being said, what do y'all see for the future of the youngins that are attached to y'all organization? Do y'all see them moving in maybe y'all direction, or do y'all see it's just in shambles and it's over with?
Well,
I
with me
let me answer
myself,
first. Okay, okay,
I see
okay, bro.
that, you know what I'm saying? If the people like the upper, like the mayor, the governor, the the people that really get paid to do the job to come out and really save the youth, put some of the money into the youth. We got these big hospitals that the kids is born inside, and they still get money from the day they born, but they don't come outside to try to help them when they're in you know what I'm saying, the opiate epidemic, or they inside mental health issues and a lot of things that ain't being taken care of. You got the mayor got $850 million gave to his wife for Thrive NYC to help mental health illness. You can't walk around New York City and see nobody with no Thrive NYC, nothing, not even a pen, a hat, a shirt. So it's a lot of things that they not putting into. Like the
Mm,
brother said, they not reaching out to the brothers that's out here actually on the street and in the middle of what's going on. Because you know what I'm saying, the closest to the solution is the person that's closest to the problem. We still right here. We know what we need. We know what we want. We know what the people need. They got their whole thing twisted up. They went up in Eastchester Projects. They took out 103 allegedly gang members, locked them up. They gave these brothers 20, 30 years, but at the same token, you left 103 single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them ain't even over 25, 26. The trauma that they went in and kicked down the doors with guns and all that and scared the kids and all that. Nobody never came back to check on that. So there's a lot of things that's missing in the community that we actually need, and we need the people that got the power. We got the power out here, but they got the power funding and financially to put that with the people that actually could help things that's going on, and we probably could see things change. On my perspective,
Hmm.
So, Hocus, you were about to reply.
Oh yeah, I'm very optimistic. So I see it getting way better. I see like a lot of
yeah,
me personally. I see a lot of homies and young homies trying to do music. One of my little homies, he just got his own shea butter, for waves,
Mm-hmm.
cream. He got that. He's moving it. He's in Maryland actually too, bro. And he doing this thing. It's just a lot of people that I see. Little homies. It's on a different time, and a lot of big homies that, as far as my set go, is on a time like me. You know what I mean? Like everybody ain't ever gonna have the same mind frame. It's just, let's just be honest with each other. You know what I mean? The gang is so
that's true.
widespread. I can't be 1,000 places at once anyway. You know what I mean? So we can only hope to lead who we can. And like he said, man, if we grab one person, we grab two, we did our job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very optimistic. And I think that gangs ain't going nowhere, but I see a lot of gang members doing positive things now that I didn't see before. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I could agree
Do
with
you
that too.
think that you and Randy Hocus will ever maybe link up and maybe do something positive or for the youth, or just not even just for the youth, some of the men that's associated with them?
Oh, not most definitely, man. I'll leave my number in the group chat. And just hearing the bro talk and getting to hear his story, I definitely want to link up. Definitely now, you know what I'm saying? I respect what he's doing to the fullest, 1,000%. As a man, like he said, as a king, like yeah, he doing the right thing. Salute. I tilt my hat to you, bro. Like I
Born on,
definitely
bro.
want to
Same to you, bro.
Or
Serious.
vice versa. That's all
appreciate
around the
that.
circle.
So I want to thank all of you guys for being a part of this. Whether y'all know it or not, y'all did a major movement here with just three different men from three different walks of life, just speaking on y'all experiences. So I want to salute each and one of y'all for y'all journeys and just doing this tonight. Um, Second off, I want to give y'all each a time to give any shout outs or any upcoming things that y'all may be having going on with your businesses. Let's start with Hocus.
I just want to give a shout out to all the homies out there that's doing positive shit. That's on, trying to make a change in their communities and in their neighborhoods. All the people, period. You know what I'm saying? Like even the
Yeah.
God, like what he doing. I really appreciate what you doing too. We need more
Thank you,
people
brother.
like you. You know what I mean? And what I got going on, I got a few projects coming up. I got a documentary that's about to drop, so y'all gonna be able to see about my whole life story. Also writing a book to that, and hoping to get the funding for the movie. I also got an EP dropping. Just follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Hocus 45th, on everything, and you'll see what I got going on.
Okay. K1, you want to go ahead next?
Peace, yeah, man. Cape Bon Rivers and all. I got. You can look me up on www.neverbecaged.org. You know what I'm saying? I'm my community. I'm out here in the Bronx. And, like the brother said, man, I'm just hoping that everybody get together that got some sense and try to add on and try to build and try to teach the kids. And like if we teach one or two, and they could tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, then we doing our job.
So, Randy.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my bros behind the G wall. Free all of them, I don't got no project. Like I said, I'm more so in the office, take care of this paperwork, making sure people payrolls is. Matter of fact, I do got an announcement for all my people out here in Maryland. If you need a goddamn job, hit my inbox. That's what I
I
would
know
say to
that.
y'all.
Wait a minute. I
Yo,
know
Yeah,
that's right.
That's
yo,
right, Jim.
you
yo,
know what
that's what's
I'm saying.
up. That's
Right.
And
what's
whoever
up.
got an OSHA 30, all you gotta do is holler at me, and I got a job
Yeah.
for you too.
I
Oh,
I'm,
know
that's
I'm,
that's
what's
I'm,
up.
right.
I'm, 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 I definitely work hard to put myself in a position where I'm a director in my company, and I do hire. You get what I'm saying? I can get you to the door. You just gotta walk through it on your own. Just hit me in the inbox.
Dope.
That's all.
That's fire,
That's
bro.
right.
Salute.
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying? And if you're 21 years old and you ain't got an OSHA, I can get you a job too, but you got to be working in inside the kitchen and all that. But you can start somewhere. But if you got an OSHA 30 and then come through, I guarantee you I can get you a job too. You know, and that's right here in the Bronx. So you anywhere in New York City, I can get you that.
I
Nice.
know that's right. Y'all better take these kings up on their offer. You know, it's very rare that our people really help each other. So y'all need to go ahead and jump on that quickly. If y'all want, I'll go ahead and link everyone into their details to their page so y'all can hit them
Yeah,
up
please
personally
do.
about that. Once again, thank y'all brothers again.
No
This
doubt.
was very insightful, very powerful, and I wish each and one of y'all to have major blessings
That's
over
right.
y'all journeys and years here on this earth.
And look,
Thank you.
everybody, the guard driving, the other guard in the crib. I'm outside because they having a party everywhere in my building, in my house, everywhere I go is a party. I'm like, man, I got to come outside to the train yard.
And we,
You know what I'm saying? But it had to go down. Yo, peace and blessings, y'all.
Yo,
good.
peace.
Yes, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all next week.
That's right.
All right.
Blessings.
Right.